Shalom, shalom, shalom. Let me get this right here. Oh, boy. Shalom, shalom. Most God bless everybody. Just tagging a few people. Just a few. I'm going to do something. I was going to do a class, but I decided to do this. Okay? Alright, hold up. A few more, then we're going to go. Alright, that's enough. Let's get started. Shalom, shalom, shalom. So, if you look throughout, most of the brothers or sisters that's teaching on artifacts and everything that's been found here, you're going to find out that they talk about, that's good then, they talk about the writings that's found here is like Hebrew and Phoenician, right? Kind of mixed, right? But when you find out what language they were speaking, I think it was Aramaic and Hebrew and some Phoenician, but you're not going to find the pure Aramaic or Hebrew here. So I'm just going to play this video. It's only like 3 minutes, and then I'm going to go into something else to get an understanding. You'll see why I'm playing this video first, so you have an understanding why I'm going to, the second video I'm going to play. So let's go with this.
As previously mentioned, the Old Hebrew alphabet was used by all Semitic peoples, including the Arameans, also called the Chaldeans, but evolved independently from the Hebrew. By the 5th century BC, the time of the Israelites' captivity in Aramea, also called Babylon, it no longer resembled the Old Hebrew it came from, and it is this Aramaic square script that Israel adopted during their captivity. With the Aramaic squared alphabet in use by the Israelites, it continued to evolve into the modern Hebrew letters that we're familiar with today.
Play close attention, because you're going to see the second video I play is going to add up. We're going to talk about it.
The translation of the Semitic alphabet was well established. It no longer resembled the Old Hebrew it came from, and it is this Aramaic square script that Israel adopted during their captivity. And it is this Aramaic square script that Israel adopted during their captivity.
We went to the Tashkent Institute of Archaeology, where we gained access to a restricted facility.
I'm going to commentary on this
treasure of ancient artifacts.
in a moment.
Among them, 2,200-year-old potsherds.
You're going to like it.
Displayed
Trust
on
me.
the ancient clay is Aramaic script, the day-to-day language of the Israelite tribes. Here we also met Professor Usmanova, a semi-retired archaeologist. We went to the Tashkent Institute of Archaeology, where we gained access to a restricted facility containing a treasure of ancient artifacts. Among them, 2,200-year-old potsherds. Clearly displayed on the ancient clay is Aramaic script, the day-to-day language of the Israelite tribes.
Uh-oh.
Clearly displayed on the ancient clay is Aramaic script, the day-to-day language of the Israelite tribes.
Uh-oh.
Here, the stone was accessible. To our surprise, we discovered that it too was not written in Sanskrit, but in the Aramaic alphabet.
The
see all the letters, the Aleph, the Ain, and I'm standing in front of this 2,300-year-old postcard from the Lost Tribes. Here, the stone was accessible. To our surprise, we discovered that it too was not written in Sanskrit, but in the Aramaic alphabet. I see all the letters, the Aleph, the Ain, and I'm standing in front of this 2,300-year-old postcard from the Lost Tribes. And I'm standing in front of this 2,300-year-old postcard from the Lost Tribes.
Okay, guys. I played that for a reason, and you'll see why in a moment here. You'll see why in a moment. Give me a second. Give me a second. Now, my brother wanted me to play this. Hold up. Give me a second. Hold on. Shalom. Okay, yeah. Rosemary. Sorry, it's good. I like rosemary. My brother wanted me to play this, but let me go back just for a second here. All right, because we're going to get down to some serious stuff here. It's a lot of explaining gonna have to be done here. All right. One more moment. See, this is why I don't have the financial capability to do this stuff the way y'all want me to do it. That's why if anybody wanna donate, they can send it to. I'll write it down. I forgot what it was. Maybe I had my wife put it in. But yeah, so I get a lot better. I don't have no 501c3, so that's what you get. All right, wait a minute. Here we go. Let me if they want to send this, yeah. All right. Now, I want y'all to listen up very carefully here. This is very important. Check this out, guys. You're going to like this.
Time in Dimona, I began to understand the cultural and social practices of the community, but I was still confused as to what religious box they fitted into, if at all. So Mariel took me to Jerusalem to try and explain the religious practices of the African Hebrew people.
We are Jewish. We are Jewish in the sense that we trace our tribal roots back to Judah. So we are Jewish in that sense, but in terms of being adherents to the principles of Judaism, the religion, that we are not.
The religious aspects of the African Hebrew community can get confusing, because even though they identify with some aspects of Judaism, they also identify with some of the Christian beliefs.
This is the property that is in great dispute here. This is the Temple Mount.
Now, a lot of you, I'm sorry, I never flipped it around, so hold up.
Mountain on which the patriarch
let me pause this.
about to sacrifice Isaac.
Let me flip it around. Right, I see it's messed up. I got to flip it around. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I don't have the technology. So give me one more second. One more second. I want to know when these guys are going to start answering some of our old questions on scriptural breakdown and so on and so forth.
Certain how Beta Israel
All right.
came to inherit.
That's what I want to know. All right. Here we go. We're about to get it now. Now we're about to get into it. All right. Boom, boom. Got it. Now we're about to get into it. I don't know how that happened like that, but devils must have did it. Okay. Hand in front. Boom. All right. Here we go. Let me do this right here first because this thing is loud. All right, guys.
Israel came to inhabit northeastern Africa. When Solomon's temple in Jerusalem was destroyed, the Jews were exiled, dispersed in all directions. We never forgot what was written in the Torah. We kept on praying to return. We have no written history, but our forefathers say we came to Ethiopia through Egypt and the Sudan to the Ganda region.
We were born a Jew and we will be forever Jew. And so today I am not trying to find where is my origin.
Y'all see that man here? Do y'all see that man here? Right? I'm not going to try to be real funny like I usually be, because I want this to be more serious here. Right? But you see this guy here? A lot of them didn't even have the Bible. Right? But they was practicing what we practicing way before even heard of camps or anything else. You understand? Let's go.
The point is, we came to Ethiopia, and our forefathers fought to remain Jewish, and they passed down their tradition to us.
Now, I don't know if he was Jew or not, but look at this. Look at this guy.
Beta Israel were isolated from the outside.
Beta Israel. Look it up. Beta Israel. Look it up. You'll see what they're talking about. But my brother Yehuda Israel and I are going to do a class on it.
World, convinced they were the last Jews on earth. While the Jews of medieval Europe were persecuted and herded into ghettos, Beta Israel enjoyed independence with their own rulers and army. Some 500 years ago, tragedy struck. Ethiopia's Christian emperor Ishaq dealt rebellious Jews a crushing military defeat. He demanded they convert to Christianity or lose the right to own land. Ultimately, most Jews were forced off their land. They were forced into new professions. They became pottery makers, weavers, blacksmiths.
Look at that hair.
Resented, yet necessary. To their Christian
Look at that hair. Look at that bush.
Of fire and hot iron seemed like black magic. Persecuted, regarded with suspicion, the Jews were labeled falashas. The word means wanderers.
You hear that? They were labeled that. They didn't call themselves that. They were labeled that, Falashans. So when y'all be saying the Falashan Jews, it's really an insult. Okay? They don't call themselves Falashans. All right? Let's go. Let's get it.
Landless.
Landless.
I don't like to be called Falasha.
You heard that? She said, I don't like being called that. That looked like any chick in the 90s or when I was coming up, or 80s, actually the 80s when I was coming, 90s, right? With that same hairstyle, them earrings, them lips, the whole nine. Right? But what happens is we get confused because the way they speak. Right? But y'all see her, oh, that's a damn, in fact, if you was to see her walking down the street anywhere, you wouldn't think that's a Hamite, period. But she don't like being called that. I'm going to take it back and I'm going to shut up for a second.
Wanderers. Landless.
I don't like to be called Falasha. It means you're a foreigner. Go away from here. When they called me Falasha, I was very hurt.
Now think about that. See, they went into Ethiopia and it was called Falashans. That's why they separate themselves from the Ethiopians. Now, granted, they mingle amongst Ethiopians too. Right? But when they came to Ethiopia, the Ethiopians called them Falashans. Right? But a lot of you guys, you don't know history. Y'all think, oh, see, that's the Ethiopians. No, they're Falashans. And they're not Falashans, but they was called that by the Ethiopians. Wanderers. Landless. Right? And they fled into Ethiopia, right? Didn't we not flee to Ethiopia or we look like the Ethiopians? Think.
Falasha is an obscenity. They had no respect for us.
Look how dark they are in their beards.
Jews elsewhere, adversity hardened their will. Religious leaders established strict rules of conduct to insulate the Jews from their Christian neighbors.
Our forefathers erected a barrier. it was forbidden to enter the house of a Christian.
That looked like any man in New York, any man in D.C., California, you name it, in America, right? If he didn't open his mouth, you would think he was Israelite, just like, and most likely he is. But you know what? You can still see the difference between him and Nipsey Hussle. You can still see the difference. And remember I told y'all earlier, the video I done earlier today, look at the nose, look at the bridge of the nose, look at the cheeks and the jawline, how long the chin is, and look at the beard.
To eat with a Christian, to drink the water of a Christian. Because of this, we survived.
The Torah, handwritten on goatskin in the ancient Gez tongue and known as the Orit, was at the heart of Ethiopian Jewish life. The Mishnah, Talmud, and other later commentaries were unknown. The Sabbath and other holidays mentioned in the Torah were strictly observed.
See, I bet y'all missed that. It said the Talmud was unknown. Let's go.
On Friday, we bathed. On Saturday, we prayed in the synagogue. We all wore clean white clothes. On Shabbat in Ethiopia, no one cooked or lit fires. It was a day of rest. We went according to the Torah. What was written in the Torah was what we did.
For that reason, the Passover Seder and holidays like Lag BaOmer, Hanukkah, and Purim that came into being after the destruction of the Second Temple were foreign. The Sigd was unique to Beta Israel, a time of prayer and fasting.
Look how dark they are.
The ancient covenant forged between
Why
God
they
and
didn't get
Moses
turned?
at Mount Sinai. On this day, the Jews of Ethiopia dared to dream of Jerusalem, of returning to their holy city.
My grandfather would gather all the children and tell them about the land of Israel, about the Jews. I understood I was a part of the people of Israel.
And you got some Ethiopians that's trying to steal their nationality, their heritage.
And we thought that she came from Jerusalem. So we dreamed a lot to come to Jerusalem. And we were imagined that Jerusalem is a golden area. Even the building is golden, the road is golden, everything is golden.
It would take more than 1,000 years of unwavering belief before the dream came true.
Some of them people Israel and some of them are not.
The Jewish world knew almost nothing of Beta Israel. Over the centuries, scattered reports told of Jewish tribes living beyond the mythical Sambatyon River, of a remote African land inhabited by the 10 lost tribes of Israel.
Did y'all miss that part? It says African land inhabited by the 10 tribes of Israel. But y'all believe the narrative that Joseph Smith and the Edomites told you that all 10 tribes are here, and these people don't even practice the customs.
Around 1775, Scottish explorer James Bruce reported the existence of Jews in Ethiopia. In the mid-19th century, French researcher Antoine Dabadie reported meeting Torah-observant black Jews. But real contact came only in 1867, when the French Kol Yisrael Haverim organization sent Professor Yosef Halevi to investigate Jewish life in Ethiopia.
When the famous Jewish scholar Halevi made his epic journey to Ethiopia in the 1860s, he was astounded to find that the Ethiopian Jews had maintained the Jewish lunar calendar precisely throughout the centuries.
So he was astounded.
Their religious observances coincided exactly with the religious holidays held by Jews around the world. In fact, he discovered an ancient Jewish people strictly observing the tenets of the Torah, the bedrock of the Jewish faith. The people prayed in Ge'ez, an ancient Semitic language now almost extinct, and today only used in religious
They reading the book of Ezra. Is anybody in South America reading the book of Ezra? Or is they reading about Mary? Or dancing around the damn broomstick or whatever? And Ezra is a priest. Like they said, the 10 tribes that's in Africa, in here too. But you guys don't, not you guys, but some guys don't care to even look this stuff up. And you can make your own decision. I'm not trying to force anything down anybody's throat. I'm just telling you to just observe and look. Open your eyes.
The first exile.
But real contact came only in 1867, when the French Kol Yisrael Chaverim organization sent Professor Yosef Halevi to investigate Jewish life in Ethiopia. His report brought no further action. During the late 19th century, half of Ethiopia's Jewish community succumbed to drought, war, disease, and famine. In 1904, Halevi's student, Yaakov Feitlovich, came to Ethiopia and remained for 2 years, living with, learning about, Beta Yisrael.
Standing out like a sore thumb.
When Dr. Feitlovich came to Ethiopia, my father told me he was not recognized by our Qanath. He was not allowed to enter in to synagogue because he was white. So I myself, I thought
he was not allowed to enter into the congregation because he was white. Right? But he's about to be bamboozled. But oh no, man. Let's go.
All the Jewish people over the world are black people.
Feitlovich returned to Europe with a letter from the Kessim, the Ethiopian religious leaders, saying, "Do not forsake us." He brought back a letter from the rabbis of 42 Jewish communities, offering moral support, but little concrete assistance. But it would take until the last decade of the 20th century before those halting first steps became a giant leap to the land of their dreams. Yaakov Feitlovich works to strengthen Beta Yisrael's ties to the new state. In the mid-1950s, 2 groups of Ethiopian Jewish youth are brought to Israel where they study Hebrew.
Suddenly, I came into a room and found children from Romania, Poland, America, and I was the only one with a different color. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews.
And that's how I feel right now. When y'all talking about 9 tribes, I'm like, what? I feel just like he feel right now. Same way. And you notice they showing you how they, I'm going to take it back just a hair. I'm going to show you how these people were looking, and then compared to some of the Ethiopians now. But you can see they was actually getting people that look like you Negroes.
Ties to the new state. In the mid-1950s,
you see them people right there? They look just like you. They don't look like the modern day Ethiopians now that's claiming to be Jews. Okay?
Groups of Ethiopian Jewish youth are brought to Israel where they
You see them guys right there? Especially ones on the top. This little boy right here. That dude up there to the left. That guy right there with the Gumby haircut. Right? All of them right here. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about these ish right here. I'm not talking about these ish people right there. I'm not talking about them. But I'm talking about that Negro-looking guy. That Negro-looking guy. Right there with the arrow pointing. And the boy on the left, that Negro-looking. Now, I'm talking about the 3 ishes on the bottom. Right? Those are the ones that they grabbed from Ethiopia. Not Nipsey.
Hebrew.
See the bushes?
Suddenly,
look his hair. Look his nose. The bridge.
From Romania, Poland,
the cheeks.
America, and I was the only one with a different color. I asked myself,
lips.
What? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world.
But after seeing their promised land, they are at...
You see them right there? Start from the right. Look at his hair, his nose, his cheek. See the bridge in his nose like I was telling you earlier? His cheeks, his jawline. See the one in the middle? See the bridge on his nose, his cheeks, his jawline? He could pass, with an arrow in, he could pass like a young O.J. Simpson. Just need a bigger head, right? Nose, cheek, jawlines, look all them lips. This way he could pass for any of y'all grandpa or great-grandpa right here. Okay? So when y'all look at other so-called Ethiopians, y'all look at the original Ethiopians. When they call these people Philistines, that means that they didn't have a land. And they lived in the land of Ethiopia, so they called them the Philistines or the Ethiopians, right? Just like they call you Americans. All right? But they call them Philistine Ethiopians. Landless, homeless. And they mingled with the Ethiopians over there in Ethiopia. But look how they look. So they was really grabbing the real Jews.
Asked to return home to teach a
Look at this guy right here on the far right. Look at that. He's like somebody in the 60s that you saw in the civil rights movement. All of with the afro bushes. Right? Why the brothers in the camps ain't telling you about them? You see these pictures? Why they not telling you about them? But they want to tell you about Jose. Right? They want to tell you about Oscar De La Hoya and Cesar Chavez and Ricky Ricardo. They want to tell you about them. But what about these landless, homeless at that time? See the way they look? Just like you're going to have fake Israelites over there, like you have fake Israelites over here. But them, those are the real ones. They grab the real ones right there. Right? Like I said, any 60s, any 2019 brothers right here.
new generation of Ethiopian Jews.
Look at that girl hair. Right? This before y'all start wearing the unbelievables. Okay? Look how she look. Do she look Ethiopian to you? Do she like the Ethiopian to you? But see, the reason why they compare Ethiopia because they think we all look alike. See, y'all don't know y'all history. They think all black people look alike. That's why you got these so-called people who you say our people calling us ham. But you see where they look? They look just like the pictures at your grandma's house when you go see them in the black and white. You see? See the guy that's standing beside her, behind her, look just like a brother over here. Let's go. Look at these people. Look at them. This guy on the far right like a light-skinned Evander Holyfield to me. Right? This guy right here with the glass on, like, if y'all know about football, like Eric Dickerson, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. They're like any brother or sisters in the 60s and look like you Negroes now. But y'all want to continue to talk about Alexis Arguedo or people down in Guatemala. Oh, nah, you Ethiopians should be killed by the sword. That's if you read your history, because I was fooled in that doctrine that already had happened. We've been lied to. Look at that young boy right there. Look at that young boy. You're like an Ethiopian or somebody child you know. Come on, man. In fact, you know what he looked like? Right? And I don't know if he mixed or not. But what's the guy they married in real life and she light-skinned. Real handsome brother. All those women like that dude. And she, what's that? You know the sister I'm talking about? Damn, I can't think of that dude now. He has a bald head now. And he was married to a light-skinned woman. Light-skinned actor. Both of them actors. But let's go.
After learning Western ways and moving ahead, returning to the villages was one of the hardest things I ever did.
See that? Learning Western ways. Western ways.
Everything had remained the same. Nothing had changed. Suddenly, I came into a room and found children from Romania, Poland, America, and I was the only one with a different color. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we...
Just like I asked myself, what? Are there Hispanic Jews? Right? What? How the hell Oscar De La Hoya get up in here?
We're the only Jews left in the world. Suddenly, I came into a room and
You
found
see that?
children from Romania, Poland, America.
That's how I feel
And
right
I was the
there.
only one with a different color. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world. Suddenly, I came into a room and found children from Romania, Poland, America, and I was the only one with a different color. I asked myself,
What?
Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world. Suddenly, I came into a room and found children from Romania, Poland, America, and I was the only one with a different color. I asked myself,
What?
Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world.
In the mid-19th century, French researcher Antoine Dabadie reported meeting Torah-observant black Jews. But real contact came only in 1867, when the French Kol Yisrael Havarim organization sent Professor Yosef Halevi to investigate Jewish life in Ethiopia. His report brought no further action. In the mid-19th century, French researcher Antoine Dabadie reported meeting Torah-observant black Jews. But real contact came only in 1867, when the French Kol Yisrael Havarim organization sent Professor Yosef Halevi to investigate Jewish life in Ethiopia. His report brought no further action. In the mid-19th century, French researcher Antoine Dabadie reported meeting Torah-observant black Jews.
Torah-observant black Jews. Because that's all they was, always will ever be, and that's what they are today. That's what they are today.
But real
Y'all keep playing with fire, man. Keep on trying to give the Most High heritage. Keep on talking about 9 tribes Hispanic. You keep playing with the Most High. He's going to put you to death.
contact came only in 1867, when the French Kol Yisrael Havarim organization sent Professor Yosef Halevi to investigate Jewish life.
Oh no, this pseudo-Ak. But there we go. Joseph Halevi. Joseph Halevi. December 15th, 1827. Right? So come on, guys. This is real. This is real. Yeah, he was an Arabian-born Jewish guy. French.
Ethiopia. His report brought no further action, but real contact came.
His report brought no further action. They said, man, them people down in Africa, them 10 tribes, a lot of them there. Watch this. It's something I missed. I hope I didn't miss.
Only in 1867, when the French Kol Yisrael Havarim organization sent Professor Yosef Halevi to investigate Jewish life in Ethiopia. His report brought no further action.
Famous Jewish scholar Halevi made his epic journey to Ethiopia in the 1860s. He was astounded to find that the Ethiopian Jews had maintained the Jewish lunar calendar precisely throughout the centuries, and that their religious observances coincided exactly with the religious holidays held by Jews around the world.
When Dr. Faislovich came to Ethiopia, my father told me he was not recognized by our Kesim. He was not allowed to enter to synagogue because he was white.
Can't even enter the synagogue.
I myself, I thought all the Jewish people over the world are black people.
He said, I told all Jewish people all over the world. I thought all over the world. So that's not just in Africa, all over the world. That's what his father told him, which means his father told him, which they were practicing, okay, way before the so-called Jewish people, and which were never practiced by the H people, okay, when they written the letters, right, in Aramaic and the Hebrew on the skin of goats, if you listened earlier, right? And they did not learn this from the Jewish people like a lot of you brothers say, oh, they got that. See, they got that off the Jewish people. But then, like he said, after they went there and stayed for a while, they got westernized, right? Or colonized in the mind, okay? and picked up their customs because they say they had come back. The Jewish people say they had come back and helped them morally. Morally, meaning changing their customs, the way they act, the way they think when you listen to the video. But a lot of you don't even want to listen because you're proud. Not the ones listening now, but some ones that don't want to listen, they proud. But I tell you this, somebody listening, the ones who have an ear to hear. Because you watched the last video, 2 brothers said, you know what, Elder, you're correct. For the past 4 weeks, I've been looking at what you've been saying, studying it, and I went back and asked my camp, and they couldn't answer. So I left. He left and he got the hell out of there. All praises to the Most High. Be honest. That's all I'm asking the brothers to do, but be honest. But you know what? I cannot even talk to them about that anymore. I'm talking to the lost sheep. The Most High said we're supposed to be watchmen, right? So that's what we all supposed to be. Let's go.
When Dr. Faislovich came to Ethiopia, my father told me he was not recognized by our Kesim. He was not allowed to enter to synagogue because he was white. So I myself, I thought all the Jewish people over the world are black people. He was not allowed to enter to synagogue because he was white. So I myself, I thought all the Jewish
My
people
wife
over
is putting
the
description
world
if anybody want to help
people.
donate so I can try to get
In
a
the
better camera.
mid-1950s, 2 groups of Ethiopian...
You see that? Look at them people again in the mid-1950s. Look how they look. They look Ethiopian like you Negroes. So if anyone want to donate to, you don't have to, but if you would like to, so I can start recording on my phone and get a better stand and try to upgrade to get better quality for you guys, you know, because I like spending time with you. I'm pretty sure we done close to, I'm sure over 30 minutes or the 2-3 hours that I take out of my time, or 4 hours I take out of my time doing the videos, and many more hours in studying and listening to other brothers and sisters try to get this information out. I surely appreciate it if you can donate to, what is it again? $Peridon 12. It's going to be up on the screen. And for all your YouTube followers, when I put this on YouTube, I put it up in my in the inbox again. But it's $Peridon 12. All right. All right, so let this play.
And Jewish youth are brought to Israel where they study Hebrew. Suddenly, I came into a room and found children from Romania, Poland, America, and I was the only one with a different color. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world. Suddenly, I came into a room and found children from Romania, Poland, America, and I was the only one with a different color. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left.
So that, do they, come on guys. Come on guys. Let's go. I know it's hard to take that mocha out your eyes. I know it's hard to erase that mocha out your eyes and your ears. Look, concentrate. Dig deep. Deep. Dig deep. Look. Don't just walk away and say, look deep. Did they come over here looking and bringing them back? Who's waking up? Look deep. The guys on the left, I don't hate them. But what they are is copycats. The headband, the clothes, the fringes, the language when they say, Abba Nawa Yahawah Ha Mashayach Yahawashi, right? When they call they spell speaking of Lashawan Kadash, they say Yahawah or Yahawashi. Where they learn it? When they put up a 12-tribe chart sign, where they learn it? Okay? Where do they learn these things? They learn it from you Negroes. You Negroes. Right? Who did this guy right here on the right, the brother, learn it from? He learned it from his father's father's father. Right? That they wrote on the skin of goats and on the walls. Okay? Wrote on goats and on the walls. They learned from their father's fathers. But like the scriptures say, Judah won't lose the scepter. Right? and we preached and we taught in the streets. And then you have certain heathens pick up on it and now trying to steal your culture, your heritage. Okay? So it's not just the people in Israel saying they Jewish. Now we have new people. Jew-ish. Okay?
Left in the world. Suddenly I came into a room and found children from Romania, Poland, America, and I was the only one.
And this is why you guys want to say they Israel, because you want to sleep with her. Stop playing. Stop playing. That's why. What was going to name her songs? Jenny from the Block. Yeah, Jenny from the Block. That's what you want. You want Jenny from the Block because you know what you want. You want, I'm not going to say it. All right? Let's go.
One with a different color. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world. Suddenly I came into a room and found children from Romania, Poland, America, and I was the only one with a different color. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world.
All right, Israel. All right. So with that,
every once in a while,
I'm going to say shalom. Most High bless you all.
It leaves you in awe.
All right. Get this sound off here.
So inspiring. It changes your life.
Listen.
So beautiful.
All right. All right. All praise to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. So I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. You know, stay strong, encouraged. Truth must come out. But one thing I would tell y'all, man, one of the main things we all need to do is repent. Shalom, Shaka War. Just repent. Okay? That's it. You know? And be kind to one another. That's why I say even people that's trying to claim our heritage, I'm not going to be mean to nobody, man. You know, I'm not going to be mean to nobody. You know, even though we got brothers who look like me, try to put curses on other brothers for speaking the scriptures. You know? So, I mean, it's obvious what's going on here, man. You know, so, yeah, if anybody want to put a small donation in so I can try to get some better equipment to bring out better information and better news. And trust me, I have a lot of information already that we're going to bring out and other brothers on the team. You know, you could donate to my Cash App. It's $PARRIDON 12. That's $PARRIDON 12. $PARRIDON 12. And any money you donate, trust. If anybody know me, we go feed the homeless. That's a fact. We go feed the homeless. We try to shelter people, even if they come in our own home. You know, I was at my brother Shawsham house just the other night, and we gave shelter to a brother and sister in his family. First time we ever met. Sham let us stay in his basement. You know, I invite him to my house. You know, so some things we may do sometimes may seem foolish, but we definitely we sincerely care. You know, and if anybody know, that's a fact. That's a fact. So I hope this information was edifying to you all. I hope it opened your eyes. I hope it touched your spirit. You know, I used to be a little more funnier. I'm not trying to be funny. I never try to be funny, but I just wanted to touch y'all, man. Hopefully you guys will wake up and see the truth, because COINTELPRO is operating big here. They don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to wake up. They want to mix and mingle your seed, because this way they figure the Most High won't have nobody to come back for, right? Oh, how you gonna come back? His people washed up. They mixed, they gone. But the Most High, the scriptures say, have God done away with his people? Yahweh done away with his people? God forbid. God forbid. He's not gonna do away with his people, even though you got brothers trying to say people that obviously look Mongoloid or Mongolian are not our people. And they trying to force it. And then, like I said, we just Feast of Dedication. It's not one camp or one organization, not one, that had more than 50, more than 40, more than 30. Right? Maybe you go to GOCC, but I guarantee you, other than GOCC, because I haven't seen their camp in a while, you're not going to find no more than, you won't even find 15. And they got 9 tribes to choose from. You're not even going to find 15 in one organization. Hell, you may not even find 10 in one organization. Look at all the pictures on YouTube and Facebook where they're taking the pictures. You're not going to find no more than 10. And they still posing this lie. And everybody all over the world waking up, looking like me, looking like you. And not saying we can't have something that look like that, right? But it's it's facts. It's true. They got woolly beards like mine, wavy hair, curly hair, nappy hair, right? And guess what? The men and women of Israel, we fine. We all look good. Everybody want to be us, right? We all look good. We all look good, and they know it. Our skin is golden. Our skin is beautiful, right? When the sun hit it, it shines. It glows. Nobody's skin does that. Our skin takes on the sun, the rays, and gets the melanin from it, the vitamin D, the vitamin E from it. That's why we get stronger when it gets warmer. Okay? Our body is connected to the Most High. It's connected to the earth. When we sing, nobody sings like us. Okay? When we sing, we make people cry. Okay? When we sing, we make people cry. All right? We touch their heart. When we dance, we make people pass out and scream. Okay? The melodies that we write, people cry and weep. The instruments that we play, people cry and weep. David played his harp and he healed people. This is the power that the Most High have actually given us. When we speak, we roar like lions. Okay? Nobody on the planet does it like us niggers. Like they call us niggas or Negroes. But guess what? For real, Yasha Allah. Yasha Allah is real. Nobody. They can claim it. They can claim it. But the people they say 9 tribes, ain't nobody singing and dancing and creating like us. Even this phone, your YouTube, your internet, your computer, soap, the toilet, the sink, the stove, the bathtub, you name it, the satellite, everything comes from us, baby. It all comes from us, and that's a fact. Even when the people start waking up here in America, comes from the black man, woman, and child. Even when people start waking up in Europe, comes from the black man, woman, and child. Us, so-called Negroes, it all came from us. That's a fact. So anybody that's preaching anything otherwise, when they say, hey, you so-called blacks, native Hispanics, you're Deuteronomy 7:6, that's a damn lie. There's only one Deuteronomy 7:6 on this planet Earth. And that's the so-called black man, woman, and child. When y'all want to see good sports, right? When y'all turn on basketball, you already know who's going to be on top. You already know who's going to win. When you see a track race, you already know who's going to win, right? Track and field, without even looking, saying, all you got to do is say, I'm going to bet on the black man, right? When you look at boxing, the black man, right? Gymnastics, black man, woman, and child. You name it. We doing it, right? Creation, medicine, Deuteronomy 7:6. Even in our wickedness, we do better. And that's sick. Even in our wickedness, we do better. It's terrible. When the scriptures say, you and your father, the devil, is talking about us too. Don't nobody do it like us, man. So stop trying to compare other nations to us. Stop it. Nobody's fighting for you but the Most High and you. Ain't nobody marching with you. Ain't nobody getting choked out but you. Ain't nobody getting hung and choked out on a massive scale. Don't show me no 1 or 2 pictures of another nation's getting choked out. And talking about, see, they going through it too, I don't want to hear that. We don't get lice. I just got to go there, man. Stop it. Ain't no white man been screwing our women in Europe, Africa, in America, and in South America, all over the world that's Negroid, and we still look the same. We still sound the same. We still roar the same. And we still bold as a lion. That's why we can stand out in the streets. Wasn't no Hispanics standing out in the streets with us. Everybody is cowardly. There's no way you're going to tell me the black man is going to sit and let a white man rape his women until we almost extinct and looking like another race. Hell no. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's high time you wake up out of sleep, stop being a coward or a man pleaser. Stop kissing butt. Acts 5:29 say we ought to obey the Most High rather than men. Y'all better wake up, because if you keep teaching this doctrine, you can't repent when you die. There's no water in hell. There's no fan in hell. There's no ice water in hell. Nothing but fire. Nothing but fire. And his angels are waiting. Can't wait to fire your ass up. He said he's going to come to get the 2/3 first. He's going to start with us first. And he's going to preach the word to us first. So all you ones that want to stick beside that doctrine and got all these other nationalities up in there talking about they Israel and bringing them in your congregation and teaching them and putting them over brothers and sisters, giving them titles, captain this, lieutenant that, priest this, elder that. Surely you would die. Surely the Most High is going to put you to death. Facts. The Most High is going to kill you. You've been warned. Don't kill the messenger. I'm not claiming to be nobody but Qanath Yahweh, the Bun Yasha Allah, a servant of the Most High, and that's it, and that's all. I bathe and I do everything y'all do. But I'm going to bring out this truth. We fit the curses, all of them. I'm going to give you an example, right? Because some brothers try to talk to me on the line. I said, I'm going to call you out, so I'm about to call you out. All right? Check. I'm about to call, write it down. My brothers who's out there that teach on the beach, right? In California, I can't remember the name of their camp. I talked to both of the elders on the phone a couple of times, and we love each other. After I gave them the scriptures, they didn't dispute it, but they still said, oh, you're right. You're right, Ak. But Ak, they still are people. I said, do they fit the scriptures? They admit they don't fit the scriptures. They admitted it to me. And say, why tell? The brothers that teach on the beach said, it don't matter. Then one of the crazy doctors that he told me, right? And my brother who I love, Halak, and the other brother, that's his second in command, tried to tell me, well, Ak, who fits the curse second? I said, where's that in the scripture? Well, Ak, it's more black people in jail, but who's second? Where's that in the scriptures? Where's that in the scriptures? Right? It's other brothers who told me, who I love, told me, Brother, yeah, I'm not, I can't dispute that, Hosea 7:8. But you still talking about them saying that's who is fitting. You say that's who is fitting. Teach it. Teach the truth, man. Why have our men commit suicide? The scripture say, woe unto you. Whoa. Why have our men commit suicide, man? Why have our women commit suicide? Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing it? Hey, man, this is it. I'm out of here. If you want to make a donation to help me get better equipment, you don't have to, and I'm not begging because it's going on YouTube. And I guarantee if anybody say anything, they're not going to talk about what this class about or the video or anything I said. They'll mention something about money. I don't have no 501c3. Anyway, if you want to donate to my Cash App, it's $ PARRIDON12. Right? And anybody to donate, I will gladly mention your name if you want me to. If you don't want me to, just say so and I won't. Right? All right? All praise to the Most High. Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. Stay strong, stay encouraged. Most High bless all of you. All of you. Righteousness and true. Oh, say, why you doing this? Make a 100 videos to stop. Right. Exactly. You know. Man, I wish I could still go on live like they won't let us go on live. But, oh, yeah, we're going to start going live on YouTube and Instagram. I may try either tomorrow or day after tomorrow to try to go live on YouTube or Instagram. Shalom. Okay? Because we got a lot of people who say they love their people, but they made Facebook stop. We can't even go live anymore. You know, I don't know this for everybody. I know damn well the Israelites can't go live. Bring guests on anymore. Let's say stop it altogether. But I know they started with us. Because they been started with me. Just because I say the H word, they stopped it. When I say Hispanic, I can't say Hispanic or Puerto Rican or anything. But I can say nigga. I can say that all day. Right? Hey, man. Shalom. Most High bless y'all. Shalom.